Hey, what's up? Alright, just wanted to go over what it's been like farming for me in Masters Second Division. My last four raids has definitely been pretty profitable, um, with loot bonus on top of that. It's been great. I'm looking for Dark Elixir at the moment to go and upgrade my heroes. And how I'm doing this is using two different compositions. I'm using Govaho and the Super Queen composition. And with these two attack strategies, I've noticed when it came to queuing up Govahos how time consuming it may be when it comes to all the spells, the Golem, the Valks, and all the Hogs. And, it could take up to about an hour, hour and a half, 45 minutes, hour and 45 just to get all the spells and the troops done. And the reason why I use this attack composition is because I come across bases like this that have all their loot stored inside the storages. So I'd have to put a composition like this together, a 3-star attack composition, in order to even get inside this base and grab the majority of the loot. So yeah, and when it comes to Super Queen, um, once I have my Govahos queued up, my Super Queen, um, the cost it takes to build that composition isn't as much as just doing Govahos back and forth and over, and the time it takes to even put together this composition is just it's pretty short. It's convenient. It's not ridiculously long, and also you'll notice that I don't even use my spells when it comes to the Super Queen. It's because my as long as my queen is up by the healers, there's really no point. And I'm not going for trophies with that attack strategy. Just going in looking for the dark elixir. And that saves you a lot of time. Um, the time it takes to queue up Govahos back and forth, and this short amount of time it takes to queue up Super Queens. But not every base is going to be a 3-star if you have a Super Queen. Not every base is going to get you to, or not every base is going to allow your Super Queen composition to get into that core and take out all the defenses and all the collectors and all the storages. So getting that loot. So you'll notice here soon that the um, the efficiency of both these two attacks and the time consumption between these two attacks are very little to none composed to or compared to just making uh, a high level 3-star attack strategy, a max attack over and over just to get to this loot. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up here. Nothing to it really, just queen walk, pathing, and took a bit of time. As you can see, I ran out of time, but was able to snag all the loot. So awesome. Awesome bossum. Alright, so next up we got our Super Queen attack. See, as you noticed in my Super Queen attacks with just giants and archers, you'll notice that I don't use any of my spells because my spells are definitely going to be queued up and used for when my Govahos are ready. I don't need to spend extra amount of time and elixir to go in with my Super Queen attack. It works very efficiently without rages, without jumps, without heals. I got 6 healers, so X out the heals for that. So let's go ahead and check it out. So soon after my Govaho attacks, I'll already be queued up with this attack. And ideally to go for bases like this where um, all the collectors are just filled with loot. All the mine is filled with loot. All the drills is pretty much where all the loot is. And in this raid, I wanted to go to the side of the base, the side of the base that was predominantly filled with loot. The side of the base that had the most collectors and the most mines, and obviously both drills are on this side of this Town Hall 9. So the whole idea is to send in your giants at at the right angles and back them up with archers to do as much damage as they can for your super queen. So at this point, as you can see, I have over 800,000 in loot just from my giants and my archers. At this point, I noticed that the drills are open to me thanks to my giants and archers. Um, and also, the core will be open to me as well if I break her in. So speed this up. I will be sending out my CC troops here because my healers get too close to that air defense, so I drop my CC to see if they can help in any way. And as you can see, they're directly going to the path of this town hall, which is good. My giant's going to be through that wall soon here for me, and that's just going to create a path for my queen to go into the core of the base and ensure that 1-star victory. So both drills are down. I got a majority amount of the storages, or excuse me, the collectors. I'm just sitting on loot at this moment, and yeah. At this time, my Govaho attack is queuing up, so it'll be really in no time. Seeing that I saved those 2 spells, my rage, my heal, because that's an extra 50 minutes if I used them right now just for this super queen to get a star. So pretty much useless on the spells, guys. Saves you a lot of time and is very proficient. So so looking good. After bonuses, you know, it puts me at 1 million, over 1 million, I believe, in loot just in that one raid. And those 2 raids together that I showed you so far, it's really good for just 2 attacks and masters too. It's quite ridiculous actually. So moving along, I'm gonna show you guys another super queen attack and just save my Govaho for last. So soon after my second Govaho, which you guys haven't seen yet, I was already queued up building this giant and archer composition with the 6 healers. I was already queued up to go out and fight another battle. And I came across this Town Hall 8 and I noticed it had 2,000 in Dark Elixir. Not gonna pass that up. And it also had 31 trophy offer. So I want to direct my queen in the right direction, seeing that the air defenses are more towards the core and on the opposite end of her. I wanted to make sure I pathed her into the core from 5 o'clock, guaranteeing that she'll come in, come into sight, come into in the path of those air defenses and keep my healers safe. Um, Up top was successful. The archers and giants were able to take out a lot of buildings on the right hand side of my archer queen. And this way, your archer queen doesn't get attacked by multiple defenses at once, and your healers will be just scot-free and away from any danger, basically. So King goes down to help those giants get into the core, which works out just fine, and that definitely helps out the total destruction percentage. So at this point, I would like to get to 70 and get the 100% loot bonus on top of the loot I walk away from in this raid. So King went ahead and took down the air defense for me, and at this point, it's just gonna be basically just let the time fly. My queen's not gonna go down, and she's gonna have full health and be ready by time the next composition is all queued up and ready to go into battle. Yeah, so saving my spells once again, guys, because I know my Govaho composition is going to be ready soon, and it's just really no point in using spells for this composition. Um, it's all about keeping your queen up, and everything else could die off and get as much percentage as possible on the base. So, so, so that was my last one. I'm already queued up for my Govaho right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my last attack before that one. And transitioning back and forth from Super Queen to Govaho um, enables a solid chance of you coming across bases that you like really need a 3-star attack strategy for, um, to guarantee you all the loot inside the base and the bonus. So coming across this Town Hall 10, I was fortunate enough to have this composition, because with Super Queen, I would have definitely ran out a lot of time and may have missed out on a lot of resources, um, in order, in order to get to them at least, because it's a pretty spread out base. So just doing my queen walk up here on top. She starts pathing in the wrong direction, which was my mistake, but it didn't shake me any bit. Um, I send a golem down here to go ahead and engage the queen and the enemy king. Backed up with some wizards, some wall breakers, and also the Valkyries and my king. So they're going to keep this side occupied. Go ahead and take care of that with no problem. Not too worried about healing them up. I'm going to save those for my hog attack, because I want to make sure to get through this base sufficiently, and I'm not with using this attack. I want to make sure I go for the 100% destruction for the 3 stars. It'll just be an awful waste of time if I don't go for the 100% using this troop composition. So at this point, um, enraged my king, and he's getting ahead of my hogs. My Valkyries are a bit ahead and doing some distraction at this time. Um, Low level everything. We had a down Infernos, we had down Expos, so it was quite easy for my hogs to get through this base with no sweat really. Um, Last defense is gonna go down right now, and yeah, that's gonna be 3 stars from here. My queen's gonna go ahead and take care of the rest of the loot, no problem. And then just like that, in 4 raids, I made uh, well over 3 million, if I do the math correctly. It's just, yeah, freaking awesome. Masters Second Division, I highly recommend it, guys. And mind you, um, if you guys could come up with any other troop compositions that are pretty sufficient in time as far as it goes, as far as like queuing up your dark troops and your tier 1 troops and your spells, and at the same time, what's a sufficient way to save on resources when it comes to queuing up farming compositions and 3-star compositions. Alright, that's it for this time, guys. See you guys in the future. This is Ender clashing out.